Greetings, ladies and gentlemen of the internet, Jan Michael here. The festivals are over. With a few exceptions, critics have seen pretty much every film that's going to be coming out for the remainder of the year, and Gold Derby has put up their predictions page. So I thought, what a perfect time to criticize what the experts think are going to get nominated. I'm going to be going over the top 10 entries that Gold Derby has up, and I know it changes pretty much every day, but fuck it. It's just going to do the top 10. Let's get started, shall we, with Best Picture. Number 1, Nomadland. This is the one that everybody's raving about right now. It won the People's Choice at TIFF. I've seen the trailer for it, and just based on everything I know, it looks boring as fuck. The Oscars like to nominate that film, the pretentious film, almost every single year. A few that come to mind are The Tree of Life, Boyhood, heck, I would even put Roma. I thought that was pretty pretentious at points there as well. This looks to be this year's nomination. Obviously, I haven't seen the film yet, so I don't know for sure, but I don't know, just based on what I'm reading of what the reviewers are saying, this looks like one of those films that critics are just gonna rave about and tell you how amazing it is, and then general audiences are gonna go in and go, fuck are you guys talking about? That was boring as shit. So that's just the way I look at that. For me, Best Picture should always be something that does something amazing that you want to share with other people. It shouldn't just be a one and done. Not that those films can't be good, but I feel there needs to be some lasting impact there. So there you go. Number 2, One Night in Miami. This is actually one that I'm really excited to go see. This is Regina King's directorial debut. I've heard some great stuff there. I like the premise to it, where these figures, Muhammad Ali, Malcolm X, all these famous black political figures come together and have just this discussion. And it's not based on a real story. As far as I know, these people never came together to discuss anything, which means they get to take liberties with whatever it is that they want to say in the film. And the imaginary conversation can be something quite unique and interesting. What would these people say to each other? So this is actually really high up on my list to watch. I'm really excited. It's been getting really good reviews. That's one I definitely think you should keep an eye out on. Number 3, Mank. I really am excited for Mank. David Fincher, as you guys know, is one of my favorite directors. Social Network, Curious Case of Benjamin Button, two of my all-time favorite films. And a cool little backstory to this one. David's father, Jack Fincher, is the one who wrote this. Back before he passed away, he was planning on making this film. Never got a chance to do it, so I think it's nice that David kind of took a script and is making the movie. It's a very nice, touching moment. Obviously, it's got that circle jerk going for it, that Oscar circle jerk that the Oscars love. But it's David, so I am still looking forward to it. For The Trial of the Chicago 7, this one just released. Everybody's already talking about it. It's the feel-good movie of the year for the Oscars. The Oscars also love to nominate the feel-good movie. Last year would be Ford v Ferrari. That was the feel-good. So this is one that I believe audiences are going to go in and love, but critics are a little bit more harsh on. And being Aaron Sorkin, who I love his scripts. The people don't really talk like people. He has those fast quips, which I enjoy. I like Aaron's scripts. I think they're very enjoyable. But he does like to take liberties. So I already heard that the ending to this film is not real. He just kind of made up the ending. So, take that for what it's worth. I still like his scripts enough that I am looking forward to seeing the film. Number 5, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I don't know much about this one other than that it was Chadwick Boseman's last film, and I think that's really what's holding it up right now, because nobody's seen it yet. Nobody's said anything about it. I think it's just based on his last performance that people are really anticipating it, thinking it's going to be an Oscar-heavy contender. Just not much I can say about it right now, so... Number 6, Da 5 Bloods. Fuck off with that. It's not good. It's not a good movie, like, at all. So, I don't know. This one's, I think, is gonna drop off. It's very... Compared to Spike Lee's other work, it just doesn't hold up. And yeah, for those critics who gave it that perfect score, what the fuck's wrong with you? 5 Bloods. Number 7, Hillbilly Elegy. This is another one I don't quite know anything about, other than Ron Howard's directing it, so that's not a good sign. I don't even know if it's coming out this year. It's kind of, nobody's talking about it, so I have a feeling it could get pushed back to next year. I would like to see Amy Adams and Glenn Close nominated. They are in the film, and I think if it's gonna be going to show off the performances, then I'm all for it. But I am very hesitant on thinking the film's gonna be overly amazing. So take that with a grain of salt there. Number 8 goes to Dune. Here's a fun fact. I've never seen Dune before, the old film that everyone says suck. And I've never read the book either, because I don't want to see a bad movie. So there's that. I'm also not a sci-fi guy, so it's something that I never really cared much to see. But I like Denis Villeneuve. I think he's fantastic. And I liked the trailer that came out with the movie. So this is one that I have my eye on. And I made this prediction. I think this is going to be the Mad Max Fury Road of this year, where it's going to get nominated for all the technical awards, and then it's going to get snubbed. It's going to lose out on the big ones like picture, director, things like that. That's my prediction. Write it down. That's what I'm thinking right now. Number 9, The Father. So this one's the heartbreaker of the year. This is the one where follows a father who's starting to go through dementia, I believe, and he can't trust himself, he can't trust family members, because he's just, every day he's some days he's better, some days he's worse. And from what the critics are saying, this is not a film for everybody. And that makes me so excited to go see it, because I like when films are not for everybody. And I don't mean that pretentious crap that's a film for nobody. What I mean is when a film makes you kind of second guess yourself. Those movies that get your gear turning, those are amazing. Those are the films that I like. So this one's definitely on my higher part of what I want to go see. And then rounding it up, they have The French Dispatch on here. If you've seen one West film, you've seen them all. That being said, I tend to like his movies, that they put a smile on my face each time, so this one's one that I am looking forward to. Although this movie is not it doesn't have a full narrative, it's cut up into parts, it's just mini stories. I think that's ultimately going to hurt its chances of getting in. But I haven't heard any reviews on it yet, so it's really hard to tell at this point. But that's pretty much what they got for the top 10. Obviously, as I said, that could shift at any point. So let's move on, shall we? Chloe Zhao's at number 1 for Nomadland, and I'm of the opinion where even if a film is not very good on its own, I think there can be elements of it that are very strong. Case in point right here for director. Maybe the directing is amazing. I heard the cinematography in Nomadland's really good as well. And I'm more for including more diversity, especially in the director role. So I would really like to see more female directors nominated. And Chloe, frontrunner, I'm all for it. If she definitely directed that film well, I'd say good on that. Good on that. Number 2, David Fincher. A lot of people earlier said that this was David's year. He's been nominated enough times that he's gonna win, and that's that sort of Oscar fuckery that could go one way or another. There's times that people have said that that's gonna be the case and it isn't, and then there's times where you can definitely pinpoint where that's what happens. So it could fall either way. I'm of the opinion where if you make a good film, you should be getting that award, getting nominated, and if you don't, better luck next time. But I love David, so I'm all for it right now. Regina King is at number 3, again, One Night in Miami. She did a fantastic job, I heard, so looking forward to that film a lot. I really don't have much to say apart from that. Number 4, Spike Lee. I don't know. The film itself is a mess. I don't think it's directed very well. I think Spike's gonna drop off at some point, especially with how early on in the year the movie came out. I think a lot of people are just gonna forget about it. And it's already getting the backlash that it deserves because it's not that good. It's not that good. So, number 5, Aaron Sorkin for The Trial of the Chicago 7. Aaron's a great script writer. As I said, I love his scripts. He's won before at the Oscars for his scripts. But he's still coming into his own for director. Molly's Game was his first directorial debut, and while that movie's great, I don't think it's a movie that people are like, oh, look how these actors were directed, or look how the scene was set. Okay, I'm the only person that really talks that way, but I think this being his second film, we're not quite sure if it's gonna be that directorial shift in tone where he's coming into his own, or if he's still kind of learning what his style is going to be. And I think a lot of people are just placing him high because they think the movie is going to get nominated. You know, if a movie's great, it doesn't need to have certain elements be great. That's just my opinion, so that's what I got going on there. Number 6, Wes Anderson for The French Dispatch. This one's a strong possibility just because Wes has been nominated so many times before. He's yet to win, but he seems to be an Oscar darling. I could take it or leave it. I haven't seen the film yet, so it's hard for me to decide based on not watching it and not seeing reviews, but if he's in, wouldn't surprise me, and if he's out, I wouldn't be crushed. I don't think he's gonna win this year, especially for the type of film he's making this time, so there's that. Number 7, Florian Zeller. I don't know who that is. Oh, he directed The Father. Okay, it's probably just because it's The Father. I don't know if this guy's made movies before. Doesn't sound familiar, so probably not. So he's probably gonna drop off. Number 8, Sofia Coppola for On the Rocks. Sofia's actually won before for oh my god, what's the name of the film? That's escaping me now. Lost in Translation. So I think that's why they have her on this list. I heard On the Rocks is fine. I don't think anybody said anything amazing about it. I don't think she's gonna get nominated, though it would be great to see multiple women nominated in the same year. That would be good. Number 9 goes to Denis Villeneuve. You motherfuckers. Do I need to hit you, Oscars? Do I need to take the belt off? Denis at number 9, he should be higher than that. He's a fantastic director. He's made some great films. He's actually the only reason I watch sci-fi films, just because I'm not a huge sci-fi fan. I mean, the new Blade Runner, great. Arrival, great. Sicario, not a sci-fi film, but still great. He definitely needs to be higher up on this list. So, and he needs to get nominated more. He needs recognition. You bastards. Number 10, Paul Greengrass, News of the World. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't know too much about News of the World other than Melinda saying, oh, it's the real life Woody, since Tom Hanks playing a cowboy. So there's that. Yeah, so we'll move on from there. Okay, they got actress on here next. So Frances McDormand for Nomadland. Again, it's because Nomadland is the darling right now. It's the front runner going into the Oscars. Frances is, for me, hits or misses. I liked her in certain things like Fargo. I think she was definitely overrated in 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. She was good, but I mean, it just felt like she was getting an Oscar for playing herself, so that's my take on it. Haven't seen it yet. Heard she's good, so we'll see. Number 2, Viola Davis for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. I don't know. Viola is great, but because I haven't really seen anything of the film, it's hard to... I don't know why she's so high up, apart from maybe the whole Chadwick Boseman thing, though I don't see why she would be so high up for that, so I'm not quite sure about that one. Vanessa Kirby for Pieces of a Woman. This is a film that she gives birth like the first 30-45 minutes of the film, and it's just her giving birth. And I heard it's like an amazing sequence, so much so that the rest of the film just doesn't hold up compared to those first couple of first 30-45 minutes. And people are saying that she's great. She did a fantastic job. I'm looking forward to it, at least the first 45 minutes or so. Number 4, Kate Winslet for Ammonite. Oh, so almost like a month ago, people were saying Kate Winslet was the front runner to go in and win. And since Ammonite's come out, which, by the way, if you remember, I said doesn't look that great. It's just going to be focused on the performances. Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. So called it. I called it. I do know what I'm talking about. Kate Winslet, I don't think this is her year, but she's great. She's been nominated so many times before. She's won before, and she's going to win again at some point. I just don't think this is going to be her year. Number 5, Amy Adams for Hillbilly Elegy. Please, Amy Adams is fantastic. I don't know anything about the film, so I don't know how great she is in it, but she needs to win an Oscar at some point. I'm glad that they're placing her in the top 5 as of right now, because she definitely deserves it. Number 6, Jennifer Hudson, Respect. Whew, that trailer is fantastic. I can see why you would place her so high up. I don't think it's been reviewed yet, so it's hard to engage off that. But yeah, I can see why she'd be that high up. Michelle Pfeiffer for French Exit. This is another film I'm just not quite sure about. I think they just have Michelle on there because they want her to win at some point. But that's my take on it. Elizabeth Moss for Shirley. She's not going to get in. Elizabeth's great, but Shirley's just not that big a film, and I don't think enough people saw it to really give her the push. So yeah, she's going to fall off. Sophia Loren for The Life Ahead. I don't know too much about this one. I don't know if it's another foreign film. I know she won. I think she's the first actress to win for a foreign language film. So I don't know. Doesn't sound like a French film, so that's just my take on it. Number 10, Sydney Flanagan for Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. That's an interesting pick. She did do a really good job. That scene where she's actually going through the test, the Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always test. Great scene, how she just starts to cry. Really good performance. I don't think she's gonna get in because again, it's one of those films I don't think has gotten enough attention. But yeah, good on her for cracking the top 10 as of right now. So yeah. All right, let's move on to actor. Number 1 is Delroy Lindo for Defy Bloods, which is the only thing I agree on. I think he's fantastic. He's the only good performance in the movie. It's my opinion. I would really like to see him get nominated. I'm very surprised he's so high up, considering how long the film's come out. Hopefully he keeps it. I really hope he does, just because we still got, like half a year before the Oscars. So I hope he rides that all the way, because he's definitely good. Anthony Hopkins is at number 2. Again, this is going to The Father. Father with dementia. I mentioned this in one of my other videos, but the role was specifically written for him. The character and Anthony actually share a birthday. And yeah, I heard this is one of his best performances, if not his best. So I know he's pretty high up in the running, and this kind of goes to prove it. Number 3, Gary Oldman for Mank. Gary Oldman's always great, but we haven't really seen much of this film apart from him in prosthetic. So it's really hard to engage if he is gonna win it or not, if he's gonna be a contender. Yeah, and I know a lot of people were saying that he might not, just because he's been nominated, or he just won, I think 3 years ago for Darkest Hour. I don't think that matters. I think if you give a great performance, you should be getting a nomination and a win depending on how good it is. And it's happened. Tom Hanks has won twice in a year in a row, so Gary could do that. Number 4, Sacha Baron Cohen for The Trial of the Chicago 7. No, that's not going to happen. From what I understand, all the characters are basically, they all share the spotlight. So I don't see any one actor kind of getting plucked out and placed in the leading category. I think it's all going to be supporting, and that itself poses a couple of problems. If they talk about it in supporting actor, I'll talk about it, but I don't think Sacha's going to be getting in, which is a shame because I like Sacha. I would like to see him nominated. Number 5 goes to Kingsley Ben-Adir for One Night in Miami. I guess that's who the protagonist is. I thought it was a shared role. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure about that one, but I'm looking forward to seeing the film, so we'll see. Number 6, Tom Hanks for News of the World. You guys want Tom Hanks to get nominated like every year, don't you? I can understand. He got snubbed for such a long time, and then he got nominated for A Beautiful Day in the Neighborhood, even though he wasn't amazing in that film. Yeah, I know. It's shocking. That's what I think. Number 7, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. He's not the protagonist, so I'm going to ignore that. Number 8, Daniel Kaluuya for Judas and the Black Messiah. This is interesting because I don't think Judas is coming out this year. I think it's set for next year. And I don't think we have a release date, so I think people are banking on it coming out in January or February, so it still falls within this Oscar season. So Daniel's great. I think he's going to win an Oscar in the future. I am most certain of it. I don't know if it's going to be for this film, but that trailer looks great. Yeah. Number 9, Steven Yeun from Minari. Ooh, I just saw the trailer for this today, actually. Looks good. Steven Yeun, yeah, that'd be interesting. Again, more diversity in the Oscars. I would really like to see that. I don't know if he's gonna really perform that well. I haven't really seen a performance like that from him before, but hey, that'd be amazing. And number 10, Ben Affleck for The Way Back. Okay, if Delroy is is gonna struggle half a year from now. I don't think Ben Affleck's gonna make it at all. I don't know what to think about that. I like the film enough. Yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't think I'd be angry if he got in, but I don't really care if he does or not. So there you go. All right, so let's move on to some supporting next. Okay, supporting actress, and I already love what I see with number 1 and number 2. They have Olivia Colman and Glenn Close, like right there. Not last year, the year prior. They were both nominated. Glenn Close for The Wife, Olivia Colman for The Favorite. And that year, everyone was saying it was Glenn Close's year. She was finally gonna win her Oscar. She's been nominated so many times before. And then Olivia came in and goes, "Fuck you, it's my year, bitch." And everybody was like, what? So I think people are looking for like a round 2 to this. And it's funny that they have Olivia at number 1 with Glenn at number 2. So I think they want her to kind of come in and go, nope, this time it's my year. For me, however, I'd skip those two and just go for number 3, Saoirse Ronan. Fantastic actress. One of my favorite actresses, actually. I think she's great. How does she not have an Oscar yet? It's probably because she's so young. No, that's not true. They give it to the young people. I don't know, Oscars, what the fuck's wrong with you? Like, why haven't you given it to Saoirse yet? You just have Saoirse come up and slap both of them and be like, no, it's my year. Yeah, I like that one. Ellen Burstyn at number 4 for Pieces of a Woman. I know she plays the mother-in-law, I believe. And I think a lot of the film is the arguments between Vanessa Kirby and Ellen. So, could be good. She could be like that antagonist that people love to hate. Number 5 is Amanda Seyfried for Mank. That's not gonna happen. I know I put it on my predictions video, my hopeful video, I should say, but that's a hopeful. Amanda has not given an amazing performance. Honestly, I don't think she's given an amazing performance at all before, so I don't see her getting in. I think she's gonna fall off, so I'm predicting that right now. Number 6, Mary J. Blige for Respect. I didn't even know she was in the film until I saw some of these nominations, or some of these predictions, I should say. I don't know. I don't know if she's gonna give a performance worthy of that. I know she's been nominated in the past, but yeah. Number 7 goes to Yoon Yoo-jung, if I pronounce that correctly. This is from Minari. She's basically the Xiao Shushen of this year, where Xiao played that great grandmother in The Farewell that it's the best part about the film. You just want to hug her. Yoon, I believe, plays the grandmother in this film. And again, she's kind of like this foul-mouthed grandmother. I just saw the trailer for it, so she just seems like she's going to be the highlight of the movie. So I think that's what they're trying to push for. Hopefully she gets in, especially because Xiao didn't get it last year, which is such a shame. Number 8, Toni Collette from Thinking of Ending Things. That's not going to happen. I know they probably have her on here because they didn't nominate her for Hereditary, so they're thinking the Oscars are going to do right by her this year. First and foremost, you're putting too much hope on the Oscars. Second of all, Toni's not in it long enough for her to get a nomination. She's great in it, but just not going to leave much of an impact. Number 9, Zendaya for Dune. Yeah, right. That's not going to happen. Number 10, Helena Zengel for News of the World. I'm guessing they can't think of anybody else if they're giving it to her. She plays the little girl in News of the World, so pretty much the opposite of Tom Hanks. It could happen. I've seen little kids get nominated before, but seeing as she's in number 10, I don't think that's a possibility. All right, let's move on to supporting actor. Okay, so I think we're gonna have fun for supporting actor here, because already off the bat, Leslie Odom Jr. for One Night in Miami. Again, because I haven't seen the film, so is everybody else in the film supporting with one person being the lead character? They're not sharing the roles? Is that what it is? Or is this just what the critics are thinking is gonna happen? That's a big question mark right now. So I think that's gonna be interesting to see how it develops down the line. Number 2, Chadwick Boseman for Ma Rainey's Black Bottom. This is where he deserves to be, not leading actor. He's supporting. Come on, guys, get your facts straight. We don't know anything about the film. I don't know if he's truly gonna get pushed through or not. I think people are just kind of hopeful at this time and moment. I hope he gives in a great performance. I hope he goes out with a bang here. That would be a really nice way to honor him. I would really like that, to see that. Number 3, okay. Number 3 is Jeremy Strong for the Trial of the Chicago 7. And I just want to see, number 6, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II for the Trial of the Chicago 7. Number 7, Mark Rylance for the Trial of the Chicago 7. And that's pretty much Frank Langella is number 14 for the Trial of the Chicago 7. So the problem with movies that have such a gigantic ensemble cast is that nobody knows who's going to get nominated. They have to put all their chips on one person, because if you put it on multiple people, you run into a situation like The Irishman last year, where Joe Pesci and Pacino going head to head, and the vote gets split, and then that pretty much makes way for somebody else to come in and take all the votes instead. So they need to choose one. They need to choose one, otherwise it's going to hurt them there. There's too many picks right now. Number 4, David Strathairn, if I said that correctly, for Nomadland. I don't know. All I've ever heard about that film was Frances McDormand, so I don't know if David pulls off an amazing performance as well. Charles Dance, number 5 for Mank. I think he's gonna drop off. I like Charles, but I've never seen a performance Oscar-worthy from him. So, and I wonder if Tom Pelphrey for Mank at number 11. I guess those are the 2 people they're vying for. Okay, all right. I thought that might have been another instance where they're gonna end up splitting votes, but I guess they're putting their chips down on Charles at the moment. All right, Bill Murray, number 8 on The Rocks. I would love to see that. I don't think he's gonna win. I think he gave his best performance for Lost in Translation. We're not gonna get anything better than that. But hey, it'd be nice for him to get nominated. Lucas Hedges is number 9 for French Exit. I don't think Lucas is that great an actor. He got nominated for Manchester by the Sea, and I thought he was the weakest part of that movie. Oh my god, did you see that crying scene? That was fucking terrible. I don't know, I got nominated. There's something going on there. I don't see it. Number 10, Eli Gorey for One Night in Miami. Oh, here goes, yep, so Leslie Odom Jr., and Eli Gorey. So yeah, again, same problem. The votes might get split, and then if you're going for what was it? I'm forgetting all these names. For the other actor for lead. I don't know. So again, I don't know if there's going to be actual one central lead or if it's going to be split. But they need to decide who it is that they're going to vie behind, because otherwise it's going to get messy and it's going to screw them over at the Oscars. Okay, before you turn off the video, fuck it, let's do adapted screenplay and original screenplay. I'll move really fast. I'll finish this off real quickly. I'll just give the yay or nay on these. Adapted screenplay, Nomadland, yeah, probably most likely gonna get in. Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, possibly, depending. We don't know much about it yet, so not sure. One Night in Miami, I would have that on my pick. Hillbilly Elegy, no, drop it. The Father, drop it. I think it's just going to be more of a performance piece than anything. News of the World, I don't see that getting in. I'm thinking of Ending Things. Probably not. I don't think it's going to have much backing for it. Dune, I mean, the book was really good, right? So maybe. I'd like to... Maybe. Number 9, The United States versus Billie Holiday. Okay, so that film is not set to come out until next year as well. And again, I don't believe we have a release date on it, so I'm guessing people are hoping it's January or February. So this one's a maybe. And then number 10, Personal History of David Copperfield. I haven't seen it yet. I saw the Rotten Tomatoes score pretty high. I think it's in the 90s right now, but I don't know much about it, so I can't tell you for sure. But yeah, at least three of those are definitely getting in. So there you have it. Original screenplay, let's do it. Trial of the Chicago 7, Aaron Sorkin. Yeah, that would probably be my number 1 pick right now. Mank, that would be great. I would really like to see Jack Fincher honored one more time. Never, Rarely, Sometimes, Always. Yeah, that would be a really good a movie to put on there. I'd go for that one. Da 5 Bloods. God, you guys are really giving a lot to Da 5 Bloods. Yeah, no. On the Rocks, that would be an interesting one as well. Only because just based off the trailers, it looks like it's going to have interesting dialogue. I think that might be the strongest thing about the film. So that's a maybe. French Dispatch, no, I don't think that's gonna get in. Soul's a strong possibility. The Pixar films get nominated for writing a lot, so it's a possibility. Respect, don't know much about it. Ammonite's not getting in. You could drop that one. And number 10, Minari. You know what? Minari might get in. You know, I think so. I think there's 4 strong cases here with 1 possibility. Yeah, I think that's all we got. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for hearing me ramble about that shit. Critics don't know what the fuck they're talking about half the times, I guess. But who are we to judge, right? Guys, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Put your comments in the comment area below. Hey, until next time, have a good one.